that's not. I've also haven't had a cucumber truly, so I couldn't really tell you.
Well, this is also hard seltzer, so you have that. That's why it tastes like bread.
Yeah,
'cause
it's got the
fermented
alcohol in it.
Yeah.
Cucumber demons.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in to So What'd You Learn, the podcast where we learn from other people's mistakes so you don't have to, unless you really want to, but that's your own lookout. I'm Alex.
I'm Zach.
I'm Dallas.
And we have a loose lesson today, I think.
We do, yeah. It's just us in the Solid Gold studio
We
today.
don't have any more friends.
No, we ran out.
Yep.
So if you have some friends, please recommend. So what'd you learn at gmail.com?
Yeah. Woo. Oh, yeah. How was everyone's week?
Pretty good. Let's just move on again.
All right.
Great.
Sounds like you're doing awesome.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Doing fine. Just woke up from a nap and I'm having trouble with long-term memory right now. So
Perfect.
I'm waking up.
I guess the one thing that I know we all have in common this week is we all saw Parasite because it won all the awards.
All the awards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every single one of them.
You saw it with Chance, and me and Dallas saw it with our friend Peter. We had an illegal stream of it, quote unquote illegal. No, I didn't say that.
It may or may not have been attained through legal practices.
From a certain bay, you may know. But
I might say you sailed the seven seas for it.
I think that would be accurate. But
Hey,
anyway,
I mean, if it's a website, it's not illegal, right?
yes, if we've learned anything
The
about
FBI
the
would like to
internet.
have a word with you.
Oh, so that's slashing.
Did you think? I enjoyed it. I thought it was.
Oh,
it was
we
good.
loved it. We had a little screwed up when I went on the
Little
big tangent. Yeah, the subtitles for the movie, which the movie is entirely subtitled if you didn't know, because it's a foreign language movie, well, they were a little wonky. Looked like they just typed it into Google Translate and fucking hit enter.
Yeah. So in Korean, it's like kind of backwards from English the way you order
Yeah, it's right
the
to left.
words. So it was just verbatim.
Literal translation.
Literal translation. I went to the store today. Today. I get it, but it's hard.
I know what you're saying, but
What's
it's fucked
interesting
up.
is that it sounds like the auto translate between an Xbox and a PlayStation are very different.
Yes, which is weird because the PlayStation's made in Japan, so you think they'd have, a grasp on that, but who am I to say?
Well, I mean, they are separate languages.
Yes, they're very completely different cultures. I didn't mean to paint with a broad brush.
Just giving you a hard time.
I know. But so it was a little screwed up, like the smell is a big part. And so smell was it taste translated as
Yeah,
our
so
It
other
was taste and
subtitle?
it was also noise,
It
depending
was also
on
noise.
which part of the movie you were in.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Peter was like, smell.
Yeah, he would
Smell.
just over every time. My favorite is he just woke up and he just said, "Sleep complete," and then he just like went about the scene.
We did. That was a running joke for the night after we saw it. Drink
Beer.
complete.
Yeah.
Pee complete.
But yeah.
Loved it. It was beautifully shot, very well edited. Nice story of class struggle.
I just, there weren't enough like white people in it.
Yes, all those South Korean white people.
Yeah. Kidding. Totally kidding.
Jesus.
What'd you think, Alex?
I really liked it. Yeah, it was. My brain just shit the bed.
It's okay.
Yeah, it was a very interesting exploration of class difference and
Which we were not able to pick up on until the end.
Yeah, some of the subtleties in the language were lost to us.
oh yeah.
Until the very end when he was just like, smell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it was also very interesting. I was watching a video on Bong Joon-ho's other films and how how every director has a sort of thing that they focus on,
A theme or like
theme. Wes Anderson's theme is I'm going to make this look like a whimsical play.
Quirky.
I'm quirky. Ryan Johnson, his theme is twisty wisty. We're going to take a bunch of left turns all the time. It's going to be real difficult to figure out.
Right.
Bong Joon-ho's theme is class. Like all his movies deal with class.
Interesting.
Yeah, Snowpiercer was literally like the poor people are in the back of the train, the rich people are in the front of the train.
I love Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
I didn't know he did that one. Yep. Also, highly
He did The
recommend.
Host as well, which is like a lower class family that owns a little shop on the river, and versus the government, and anyway, yeah. But it's a theme that he explores a lot. And what was interesting about Parasite is that it's like the poor versus the rich, but then when there's other poor people, they don't exhibit class solidarity with other poor people. Like they're still fighting amongst themselves because they can't afford to be nice because they're poor.
Yeah, and the aggression gets turned up against everybody because it's you're forced to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Anyway,
Yeah. But a little fun fact I learned about the director and his team. The night they won all the Oscars, they stayed out till 6 a.m. partying.
fun
fucked
fact. That sounds
At a
great.
Korean barbecue restaurant in LA.
Of course they did, and I'm sure they're just like, just reiterating the same thing all night long. Man, till 6 a.m. you could eat at like midnight, and then like 4 hours later you could have a full another meal again.
You could take a nap in the bathroom and then come back and get fucked up again.
That sounds great. The noodles that they made and then gave to my mom.
The spicy
Looked
bean
so
noodles.
fucking good.
Yeah. She's like, what the fuck is this dish?
Who knows how to make this?
Yeah. So good.
But yeah, highly recommend. It was a fantastic film. Deserved to win all the awards it did.
Yes. It was wonderful. Anyway, this has been Movie Corner on So Would You Learn?
Hey.
Yeah.
Moving on to email corner.
Yeah.
So wdylearn@gmail.com, where you can send us your opinions, thoughts, preferences
Stories.
on underwear.
Manifestos.
Yeah. Well, before we get into the email, we have reviews.
We do. We have 2 new reviews.
And Dell's like, I do not have the screen pulled up.
I have it if you All right. Our first review is from Cade, titled 3 Dudes in My Car. Thank you for giving me countless laughs when I'm driving. Y'all crack me up. Thank you, Cade.
Yeah, thanks. And I believe our email today is also from Kate.
Yes, a double feature. And our second review is from Ali Oman.
Oh, man.
Oman.
Ollie Man.
Yes.
Okay.
And I was just saying it with a stupid accent.
Oh, gotcha.
because-
I was just like, Allie? Oh, is it an A or an O?
It's an A.
A. Allie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway. Anyway, Allie's review is, guess y'all are fairly all right. Kidding. Listen every week and love it.
Oh,
Thank
thanks.
you. We appreciate you and we love you.
Yeah, and once again, we do have an email today. So
Yeah, let me pull it up here on my P-hone.
I did see the notification for it, and I was going to read it, and then I got distracted, and then Alex told me not to read it, and then I didn't. So now we're here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I also have not read the email. I saw it, and yeah. So this will
Okay.
be a fun little treat for us.
Yeah, this is email from Cade. It's titled Fish Story.
Interesting.
It's a story about a fish.
Fish named Wanda.
Maybe. I don't know if the fish had a name. It says, so I work with Alex. So yes, I am. Cade is one of my coworkers. So, that's a thing.
It's a fucking prize, dude.
Yeah. What? Surprise?
It's a fucking prize.
Oh, it's a fucking prize. Yeah. So I work with Alex, and I got told that I should send in a story, but eventually I would love to come talk to you all, as the ketchup bottle hand job technique is certainly mine. All the things you learned
beautiful.
from your parents, but this is not the reason why I'm reaching out to you. Whitney's fish story had me in absolute stitches, and I almost crashed my car. No lie. It's very entertaining having you all in my car stuck in traffic in Seattle, so thanks.
Aw.
Back in my early 20s, I was a bartender, to-go specialist, host, and server at a restaurant where I met my best friend, who was a server hostess. After we kindled our best friendship, she asked me to take on the responsibility of watching her house for a total of 3 days. My jobs were these in order. 1, come and check on the house, make sure it hasn't flooded, caught on fire, or anything that can be considered damage.
Fire,
good.
flood, or blood.
Hazmat. It's like, a stranger has died in your house. 2, feed the fish that are currently in a bowl twice a day. Seems simple enough, right? Well, I am here to say all things are not as they seem.
All right.
We only had 2 jobs.
Two jobs.
You had 2 jobs.
Yeah, it's 2 fucking jobs, kid.
I don't even know how the fish burnt
God
down the house.
Damn.
The fish did it. He's just still in the bowl, totally fine.
Ashes all around.
Yeah.
But there's like a bick in the bowl.
Oh, God.
So my friend takes leave of her house, and I come over that morning. I start off the day saying, "Good morning, Mr. Fishies," when I arrive, and "Goodbye, Mr. Fishies," when I leave. You know, because fish need to be acknowledged.
You know, it's important.
Yeah, that's how I roll in and out of work, dude.
Yeah. You say that to your coworkers or your fish?
No, I have a little beta fish.
Oh, yes. What's his
forgot.
name?
Labo.
Labo.
Aw, that's a cute name.
Cute. The first day starts off fine. Good morning, and then good night, Mr. Fishy. Second day is awesome. Fish are happy, and the house hasn't burnt down. Third day rolls around, and I wake up late, but due to my sense of ownership and responsibility, I throw on all of my clothes, race over to her house, and walk in to say the normal greeting of, "Good morning, Mr. Fishies," and realize as I'm feeding them, 2 are swimming about, and 1 is on the bottom of the bowl, not moving.
Oh, they all share in a
He's
bowl.
sleeping.
Shh,
Fish.
don't wake him.
Fish sleep, right?
Yeah, upside down.
Some of them, I looked it up one time. Beta fish sleep at night like we do when it's dark. So you got to turn the light off when you go home from work, if you have one at work. And then my fish also likes to sit on top of its pineapple in its grass like a hammock.
Yeah, it does like to just
Like,
lay about. If you sent me a
very
few
What a
Snapchats.
lazy fuck.
He is pretty lazy.
Get a goddamn job.
Well, he is a beta.
His job
Jesus.
is to brighten up the office, Alex. He's doing it the best he can.
Fine.
Your take's gonna leak.
So I do what any sensible person does. I leave the fish and casually proceed with my day with an enormous amount of panic, anxiety, and stress forming just under the surface of my cool, calm demeanor. I get to work and I'm a fucking wreck. I've killed my best friend's fish. I had 2 jobs and I've absolutely failed. So I try to work like normal, but I start to mess up on my tables. Not firing food when I'm supposed to, wrong drinks to wrong tables, not greeting tables completely, and it wasn't until my very, very, very Russian boss, Earl, we'll call him, calls me into the office because this is very unlike me. He asks me in a thick accent, "What is wrong?" And I try to play it off.
Nice Russian.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was better than
You know, we all have off days, but this dude could look into my dark, dead soul and knew something was up.
Who did you kill?
He asked me again more sternly, "What is wrong?" To which I muttered under my breath, looking at my shoes, "I killed Chelsea's fish." And again, he wants me to repeat myself, and I kind of start to ramble how I killed her fish, and what should I do? Do I try to find a replacement fish? Do I tell her the truth, how I killed her fish? Like, what the actual fuck? Burl then tells me that I need to tell her the truth. He lets me leave for the day so I can go ahead and get things in order.
That's
and
actually a
leave.
very nice boss.
Yeah. Sounds like a nice guy.
Yeah, you know.
I headed back to the house and then got a Ziploc baggie and a spoon and ladled the fish corpse into the bag with some water after searching on Google to make sure it was actually dead. It was.
Smart.
So I left on a journey to go to all pet stores in the surrounding areas to find a fish that matched the one in my pocket. Oh, yes.
I was going to make a Polaroid
my
joke, but that's better than anything I was going to come up with.
Oh, yes, boys. I brought that dead fish carcass with me. 2 stores later of trying and coming up unsuccessful.
Can you help this? Just holding up a plastic bag.
And I come to Bridges Pets that have legitimately has an actual fish section. I have my precious dead cargo who is now flaking apart and scale bits are floating in the water due to being thrashed about. And I asked this kid who's maybe 19 years old about fish. Brotato Chip decided to gesture to all of the fish around him as if I were dumb about asking where I could find a fish.
Oh, these are fish, man.
Have you looked? I have a tank right here.
These are fish. That's a dog.
It's a dogfish, brah. I describe it, and he scoffed at me and said it was a very rare and exotic fish due to the silvering on the tail. He shows me a $600 fish, which doesn't match anything that I've described. Now, since I'm pissed, I pull out the fish, who is now decaying in my pocket, and say, "I'm just looking for a replacement for this one." Now, I know it is not a $600 fish. Can you just show me where this type of fish is? I have now pushed this dead, decaying fish a few inches from the kid's face in frustration, and without missing a beat, this little shithead points to the $600 fish again. Naturally, I gave him the bag and told him to do whatever he wanted with it. I then texted my friend, who was very disappointed. Her boyfriend, I don't think, will ever forgive me for accidentally killing his fish, but understood. I went into work the next day, and my boss approached me and asked me what I decided to do. I told him I was honest and told her I killed it. He got this big smirk on his face before saying, I would have found it a replacement.
Damn it, Boris.
So I learned a few things this day. 1, 19-year-old kids know jack shit about nothing. Don't ask them questions on their expertise in retail. 2, never disclose information to a boss that will inevitably troll you. And 3, always make sure the fish you watch have a fucking filtration system. To this day, I'm a pet sitter and work with animals all day long, but I will hard pass on any and all fish that require maintenance.
Fair.
Yeah.
So, goddamn.
Thanks, Cade.
Thank you, Kay.
That was excellent.
That was fun. Yeah. Thank you for emailing us.
Do whatever you want with it.
Have you ever killed a friend's
I've been blamed
cat?
for killing a fish that I didn't kill.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that
Dish.
sounds like there's a
Spill
story
the
here.
tea, Dallas.
So the my boss, or my old boss, has had about probably 3 or 4 beta fish within 3 or 4 years. They seem to just come and go.
Sure.
And
So he's a serial fish murderer, is
Yeah.
what you're saying.
the first time we went out of town, he asked somebody in the office to feed it, and they did. But we're pretty sure, after getting together and talking about it behind his back, that he asked 2 people to feed the fish and forgot. They were alternating feeding just by happenstance, and then overfed it and killed it.
Oh, damn.
That was like 2016. Fast forward 1 year, he asked me
Mother of God.
to take care of the fish in 2017. And so I fed it like 2 or 3 little things every single day and went home for the weekend. And he came back on Monday, and we all came in the office, and he said, Dallas, come in here. And I was like, okay, Monday morning. And he just goes, you killed this fish.
What the fuck did you do?
And I was like, it's fine. You don't come in here and feed it on the weekends, do you? And he's like, no. And then I Googled it, and beta fish can go without food for up to 7 days, no problem. I fed this thing every day. It just died.
Yeah, I mean, pets just sometimes die. It's
Did
not
you
an-
feed it?
2018. Burl comes into the office. There's no fish in the tank. There is a fish-shaped splash mark on the desk.
Oh,
There are multiple splash marks on the ground leading to a
unfortunate.
dead fish. He committed fishy suicide.
Yes.
oh.
Aw, poor fish.
2019. I have a fish named Labo that he gave to me when he departed from the company I work for.
And you
And
haven't
it's
killed
still
it yet?
alive.
I didn't realize I had so many fish stories. They're all many ones, but it's fine.
I know I watched my neighbors' houses a lot and like took care of their animals. None of them ever died, never had any problems with the animals. But one year, my next door neighbors went on vacation for Christmas and they had a big, like almost a 20-foot Christmas tree all decorated to the nines. Very nice.
But they still only had 7-foot ceilings.
It was a little odd choice, but you know, you can curve that bitch real good.
Oh man, I could fit a big old tree in here.
Well, that's the thing. They had vaulted ceilings like they do in the Solid Gold studio.
That's what they're for.
Yeah. Well, yes, having giant Christmas trees is the only thing. But no.
Spending more to heat your apartment.
Oh, for pet bats.
But no, so they had a cat. I was feeding the cat. I stroll into their house. I had to be like maybe 10 or 12. And this
Speaking
beautifully, podcat, this beautifully decorated giant Christmas tree was on the ground in their living room. Every ornament shattered, like family heirloom ornaments, I'm talking.
Oh my god.
Completely shattered. I didn't know it. I just look at it and just... Yeah, I can't do
Back
anything
out
about
the
this.
door, close it, lock it behind you.
I didn't even feed the cat.
Oh.
No, I did. But
It's probably the fucking cat's fault.
no, I did the only thing. I asked my parents, like, what should we do? My dad, like, came over and tried to lift it and was like, that fucking thing's too heavy. I'm not trying to lift this.
Wow.
So we just wrote a note on their counter and said, sorry about your Christmas tree. It fell while you were gone.
Oh my god.
Damn.
I never found out what they responded with, but I got paid. So,
Oh,
you know.
that's good. Damn.
Cats, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're little tricksters.
I don't have a fish story or a cat story, but I have a dog story, which is also
it.
why I don't fucking want to dog sit anyone.
Yeah.
I think it was a year and a half ago or so. A friend of my partner and I, they're going out of town, and they want us to watch their ancient fat dachshund. This is a 10-year-old dachshund, which is grossly overweight.
Does its tummy drag
Smells
on the floor?
Almost.
Oh, wow.
Smells like shit. Like its ears stink because it's fed garbage food.
Jesus.
It was very frustrating. And she's like, "I'll pay you $200 to watch for
To watch this miserable
4
creature.
days or whatever." And so I'm like, "Sounds great. Fine." So Chance and I, we go have dinner because it's out of our normal neighborhoods. We go find a place. We come home and the dog is normally not super active, just kind of like lies around like a fat piece of shit. She's a sweet dog, but goddamn, put the fork down. And she is running circles around the apartment.
Wow.
I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
Well, this
and
isn't
Chance's
normal.
like, what's this foil over here? And I'm like, foil? And I go and look, and next to my backpack is chocolate bar foil. Because in the bottom of my backpack, I had an old bar. It was half of a whole bar of dark chocolate with coffee beans in it.
Which sounds delicious.
It's delicious, but two things that are really dangerous for dogs.
They sure are.
Chocolate and caffeine. And this dog is overweight and old.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like,
That's a triple whammy of
yeah. And we look up chocolate toxicity in dogs, like what should we be expecting? And they're like, it can take 48 hours to see like toxic effects from the chocolate. Yeah.
How much time do you have left?
Can we wait this out?
No, like it would have been really bad. So I'm just like, I'm not willing to risk that. So we take the dog to the closest emergency vet that we could find. $800
Fuck.
to have this dog's stomach pumped and kept overnight.
Only $600.
Do you take away your fee?
I'll get that. I'll get to that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
$800 to keep the dog overnight. And of course, we text the owner or letting her and keeping her in the loop what has happened. And she starts yelling at us about why we have left the dog at the vet overnight because she'll be scared and she hates the vet.
Well,
We took the
Bitch,
dog
take
to the
your
vet.
dog with you.
We took the dog to the vet. The dog had no fucking problem.
Oh,
the
I'm
dog was just
sure.
like, "Hey,
Happy
hey,
as a clam.
I'm, blah, 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 blah. I'm
dog,
popped
look
up on
at me."
caffeine." Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, she hates the vet. She's gonna be scared and alone. She ate rat poison before and was fine. You shouldn't have left her there. And I was like,
That's exactly what you did.
yeah. Just like, no. So we wouldn't go and pick up the dog, and she was blowing up our phones with like really nasty texts. And I'm like, at no point did you mention, hey, she will get into all of your bags. Like, that is relevant information.
Yeah.
A lot of dogs.
Extremely relevant. A lot of dogs don't do that.
Dogs don't do that. If your dog is a dog that will get into people's bags, you should let someone know who's house sitting for you. I had forgotten that the chocolate was in my bag, so
Right.
that's my bad. But also,
But if you would have been warned, yeah.
yeah, make sure there's nothing in your backpack that she could get into that could be poisonous.
Yeah.
Right.
Or leave it in
You
the
know.
garage or somewhere she can't get to.
Yeah. And I was just like, does she normally have a habit of getting into people's bags? And she's like, well, you could have put it on a table or whatever. It's not that hard. And I was like, okay, great.
you're a bitch. Cool.
Perfect. You're just being a big old bitch. So I picked the dog up the next day. The dog's fine. They pumped the stomach. They're like, this is how much chocolate we got out of it. It was a lot of chocolate. And I was just like, I'm
Jesus.
glad, So then, like, after they come back from their trip, we were talking about it, and I was like trying to gently bring up, like, hey, so we kind of dropped $800 on your dog when we were house sitting. They're like, yeah, we get it. Like, we'll totally pay you back, when our next paycheck comes in. I'm like,
All
okay,
lovey-dovey
cool.
all over again.
Yeah. And then we never see it.
God damn it.
And then they move to New York.
Cool. Cool people.
What?
Yeah. And so they never paid us back for the $800 we spent.
How did you know these people?
And they never paid us what they said they were going to for house sitting at all.
What?
So
Really?
we were out
You normally give that to
$1,000
them ahead of time.
No, that was
Oh.
our bad. But
Oh, what
so
shitty
that
people.
bitch let me high and dry for $1,000, and
Yeah.
she's fucking dead to me.
Wow, what a
How'd you-
terrible way to
how do you
ruin
know
a
this
friendship.
person?
She worked at a bar near my house.
Oh. Well, no one knows where we podcast from, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, she moved to New York. She'll never hear this.
Yeah.
Yeah, who cares about her?
Also, Megan, if you're listening, fuck you.
give me my $1,000.
Yeah.
I have Venmo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You know where to fucking find me. You got my number.
So,
Anyway, she won't ever listen to this, and I'm glad because fuck her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
there
sounds
you
like
go.
an awful person.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah. So now I
told me
don't
the story.
dox it for people.
Yeah.
Good call.
I think you told me this story, but maybe it was so long ago. I
Yeah, as soon as you said
didn't remember all the details at all.
Yeah, no, I'd forgotten some things there.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
Well, you've watched Bunny, Dallas, and you didn't have any problems.
Yeah. I don't trust them, but
Well, yes, coiled spring is
we had
the
a
term.
we had a bonding moment last night that didn't get very far, but
I hear he stole your seat. That little shit.
yeah, he also
yeah.
scared the shit out of me multiple
Yes,
times.
my little 2-pound ball of fuzz rabbit scared Dallas.
I don't trust anything when you can't see its eyes. You
Has eyes.
can't see them.
And they're not very expressive.
No, they're not. He just
they're
looks
just kind of
grumpy.
they're just kind of like these black pits of potential hatred.
Or sharp teeth.
But he's so cute, little fuzz.
Oh man.
More for you.
Yes, all for me.
No, I've done plenty of dog sitting. Yeah, now that we talk about all this, I'm like, oh, it wasn't a big deal at the time, but now it's like, oh fuck. Like,
Yeah.
if you can kill a fish, you can kill a dog.
Well, it'll take more effort.
Not if you wear gloves.
All
Doesn't
right.
mean it.
If you have a pet sitting story, email, or anything else with no theme tied to this episode whatsoever, you can
Yeah, just a
whatever
fun
you want.
story.
Just anything.
Fun little adventure disaster.
Yes, send us an email at sowdylearn@gmail.com. You can also keep up with us on Instagram and Twitter at sowdy pod.
Is it so WDY pod?
No, fuck it. I'm just gonna leave it in. It's in every episode. I don't,
Yeah, you can figure it out. So WD.
You're smart people. We trust you.
podcast.
You know how thumbs work and screens and smartphones. Figure
And,
it the fuck out.
Please,
We believe in you.
yeah, please be sure to rate and review us on iTunes because that's the only fucking place that matters, apparently. So
Yeah, and we appreciate getting all the reviews that we get because it means that people out there listen and care.
yeah, goddamn, I didn't think some stupid little thing we started in Dallas's apartment that has become the Solid Gold Studio that people would actually care and like it. So we appreciate that. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Thanks
Yeah.
for you. Thank you for your ongoing financial support.
And it happens
Alex, we're not
to
getting
be-
any money yet.
I know it was the Bernie meme. I'm once again asking you for financial support.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't get it the first time.
Now we got it.
Any hoodle.
Cue the guitars, dude.
Bye, everybody. We love you.
I like we have.
The So What Did You Learn podcast is brought to you by the So What Did You Learn network. Theme written and recorded by Jacob Rose. Our logo was designed by Stevie Van Bronckhorst. Further work of hers can be found at stevievanb.com.